I am the resurrection and the life. We almost always hear this verse read at funerals, standing beside a casket, looking forward to a day far off when the dead will rise, a promise about the future. But that's not when Jesus said it, and it's not what he said. He said it standing outside a tomb that still had a body in it. He said it to a grieving woman who already believed in a future resurrection, and he corrected her. She said someday, he said now. She was looking down the road at an event. He told her the event was standing in front of her. The whole reveal is two things people skip: when he said it and the tense he used. Welcome back to Scripture Underground and the I Am series. This is the heaviest statement in the set, and the reveal isn't a Hebrew word or a buried Old Testament chapter. It's the timing. Subscribe and let's dig. Set the scene because the details are the argument. Lazarus is dead, 4 days dead, and the gospel is specific about that because 4 days mattered. In the thinking of the time, by the fourth day there was no ambiguity left. No one was going to claim he'd merely fainted. He was gone. Jesus arrives late, on purpose, and Martha, Lazarus' sister, comes out to meet him, grieving and a little accusing. If you had been here, my brother would not have died. And then she says something that tells you exactly what she already believes. On the last day. Martha is not a skeptic. She's a believer. She holds the standard Jewish hope of her time, that at the end of history, God will raise the dead. She's not doubting resurrection. She's just placing it where everyone placed it. Far off. Future. Someday. And that correct, orthodox, future tense hope is what Jesus answers. Watch what he does to it. Martha says he will rise. Future. Jesus answers, I am the resurrection. Present tense. Not, I will raise him on the last day, though he could have said that and it would have been true. Not, I bring resurrection. I am it. Right now. Standing here. Hear the move. Martha had resurrection filed as an event, a thing God would do at the end, far away. Jesus takes that event and says, it's not a date on a calendar, it's a person. And the person is the one she's talking to. There's that phrase again, ego eimi, I am. The same two words that run through every statement in this series, the same words that knocked the soldiers to the ground in Gethsemane, the same words burning in the bush when Moses asked God his name. Here Jesus attaches them to the one thing everyone agreed only God could do: raise the dead. He pulls the last day off the horizon and stands it in front of her. The future hope and the present person are the same thing. That's the claim. Resurrection isn't something he'll go fetch from the end of history. It's standing at her brother's tomb, talking to her. And then the staggering offer. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. He's not pointing at resurrection. He's offering himself as it. Here's why the order matters so much. He makes the claim first, outside the sealed tomb, before anything happens. He says, I am the resurrection, to a woman whose brother is still dead, still inside, 4 days gone. And only then does he prove it. Lazarus, come out. And the dead man walks out, still wrapped in his grave clothes. Think about the sequence. If he'd raised Lazarus first and then said, I am the resurrection, it would read as a victory lap, a label slapped on after a successful miracle. But he reversed it. He staked the claim while the evidence was still sealed in stone, then made the evidence walk. The miracle doesn't create the claim. The miracle confirms a claim he'd already made. That's the difference between Jesus can perform a resurrection and Jesus is the resurrection. One is something he does, the other is something he is. The order of the scene insists on the second one. Let me separate what's certain from what's read. What's certain? The Greek is present tense, ego eimi he anastasis. I am the resurrection, not I will raise. Martha's line is future, on the last day, and the sequence in the chapter is unambiguous. The claim comes before the miracle. All of that is right there on the page, checkable in any Greek text. The interpretation is what those facts add up to, that Jesus is deliberately collapsing the future hope into his present person, claiming to be resurrection rather than merely to perform one. That reading is widely held and, frankly, hard to avoid given the tense and the timing. But I'll be honest that it's an inference about intent. You could read, "I am the resurrection," as a vivid way of saying, "I'm the one who brings it." Most readers don't, because of the present tense and because he proves it on the spot. But the line between "I am it" and "I bring it" is interpretation, not grammar alone. Either way, the future tense someday version that gets read at funerals isn't what the scene is doing. Martha brought that version. Jesus replaced it. So what does this do to the verse? It pulls it off the calendar. "I am the resurrection and the life" was never mainly a promise about a far-off last day. It was a claim about a present person, spoken at a tomb, before the proof, to correct a grieving woman who had the right hope filed in the wrong place. She said someday, he said I am. And that's why it's read at funerals after all. Not as a distant promise, but because the one making it is still making it. The resurrection isn't an event we're waiting on from a distance. According to the scene, it's a person. And he said so while the stone was still sealed. When you said it, what tense he used. Two things we skip, and underneath them, the whole claim. Episode 3 of the I Am series and the midpoint. From here, the statements get lighter and sharper. Next is the light of the world, and the reveal is a festival most people have never heard of. Comment for me. Read John 11 slowly and watch the order. Claim first, miracle second. Tell me whether the timing changes how the verse lands for you. I think it's the whole thing. Like, subscribe for the rest of the series, and I'll see you at the next statement. Go deeper.